Texas. The loop is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Line of scrimmage, the 37, first and 10. Faking the handoff, Howell. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. Texans. They were terrific last week against Buffalo Death Victory. Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. We're going to prove, of course, a pretty nice effort. Now Fields. DJ Moore. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now they're good for 26 on first down. Now Cook right wing. James Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears take the return and convert it into a touchdown. Extra point splits the points, and it's now a 7-7 game. Well, after the touchdown, here's the quarterback to kick it away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved down to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here. And the interception of that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown.
She had her DJ. Look, let me see if they're my hands.
In this case, this is why we're around the country.
Pop that bitch up.
First and 10 at the 38. They'll go play action now. To his left.
The Texans at 2-2 in game over 500 here to start the season. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to get 2 in a row.
And so much about mindset, being in the right frame of mind and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they can feel really good. They can put crowd behind them. I think it's going to be tough to beat this.
That is a very strong Here's they take over at the 45. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. First down, Fields. And he's taken down. Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack.
And this is what you got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After that sack, it's second and 21. Here's the first carry from Matt Brady. They're getting right there. They'll be left with a third down and long. This defense for the Texans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Yeah, 17 teams, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Improve, of course, but I have to say it's a very solid performance.
Here is third and quite a ways. Here's Fields. Looking deep down. Shit. That is incomplete. This is taken at the 18. 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line set to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, two interceptions.
This is where you have to know
Ow.
Maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You look at this Bears defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Now Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Howell out of the shotgun. That is caught. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Right side complete to Mechie. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarter.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Howell. And it'll be intercepted. Here's Smith to return it. And the Bears are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Fields now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Chicago! Cole Kmet, his first touchdown of the year. And the Bears have taken it to...
Oh, hell no, Cooks. Don't do that.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned a house call. But he got it to it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. Let's face it.
Cooks, you know I got to kick your ass for leaving the division. I'll just let you know.
After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
On second down, here's Pierce. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
back to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Now a give running right is Cook. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And this is going to be intercepted. Garrett Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
But that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They'll start on the ground with Pierce, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bears take over.
Here we go, son.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Fields. This pass outrights Arcega-Whiteside. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a first down.
Here we go. Good. 11. Hey, 10. Say hi.
Now it's Fields. Locates Mooney on the out route. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here we go.
Handoff comes to Cook, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, here's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
First down, Howell to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Howell.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
From the gun, here's Fields.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Herbert will take it in. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Now the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Bears 21, Texans nothing.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taking on the midfield logo. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Here we go. Matter. Alpha.
Play action. It's Fields. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in there.
That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point.
He's got a man, complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st down, Howell. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Howell. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Fields on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Fields. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Bears have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0.
42. Texans nothing.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Howell's throw completed to Mechie.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Howell throwing on first down here. He gets this one to Mechie.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Howell now to throw it. This ball caught by Mechie.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's Pierce. Is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Again, it's Pierce. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th and goal.
They'll run for it with Pierce.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Jose Borregales set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
On second down, Cook powering forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Here we go.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Bears.
On first down, Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Left side, Cook.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's on his way. Touchdown, Chicago. James Cook, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Bears 49, Texans 6.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Now Howell. Caught left side by Mechie. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 28 yards. Well, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
This is caught. And the Texans are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ballgame.
Yeah, and I think that every guy is on the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here. But it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them. Not one they'll want to remember. At least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave the stadium.
And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad.
Jose Borregales set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. There he goes, left side. He may go. Touchdown. Kari Blasingame, 75 yards. And the Bears continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. And my goodness, another interception. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Delta.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And Howell will throw it. He's going to get that. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks them up.
And avoids the turnover. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Hand off right side to Pierce. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Hand off left side, Pierce. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Hal to throw on second down. And now here's another interception. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That goes for a gain of 31.
A gain of 31 yards. And the Bears.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater here to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, The second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Second down and 4. Another carry for Pierce. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now 2nd and 5. Pierce now up the middle. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Bears, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.